It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Hello there guys, and welcome to the channel. Good morning to everybody. What's up, Avenger? Everyone else holding out there. Quite cold this morning. We had a bit of a storm, and as a result, and this is, you know, another part of joys that I didn't necessarily think about. Actually, storm broke our fence, and now I'm gonna either have to try and fix it, which I doubt I'll be able to do because it looks very well mangled, or figure out how much new fence around the house costs. It's like the joys of living in this house. Right, let's start the stream with a cow crystal. Why not? What's up, Franz? How are you doing? Welcome, Franz. Have a special cow crystal. There are actually a few champions, I think, in it that I do want. Like, I'd love a She-Hulk dupe. I'd love a Silver Centurion dupe. Some extra 6 on Miles Morales. Yeah, there is extra 6 on Mojo. Extra 6 on Tigra. Man, there are a lot of champions that I would absolutely love to get as 6 stars in this crystal. What's up, JJ? How are you doing? Good morning to you. But so far, I have only gotten 3 and 4 stars. Will they nerf the cow crystals? Well, they did. You don't need to feel it. They did. These have significantly worse drop rates. You see, these cow crystals have the 3%, 16%, 31%, and, you know, the previous ones, for instance, for last month, had 4.5%, 19% and stuff like that. So they did make them noticeably less. It's kind of like the difference in between featured cow crystal and regular cow crystal. And yeah, I haven't gotten anything at all from these as well so far. What's up, Drew? Good morning to you too. Good morning to you too, Drew. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, look at that. It's event quest completion. Interesting. That means I'm gonna have to complete some event quests at some point today. But for now, I need to get some more points in this arena. And then I'm gonna need to figure out... No, I'm not gonna be grinding for this round of Captain Sam Wilson anyway, so it's all good. I'm gonna be doing the first round. Might be doing the second one. What's up, Fire Escape Plan? How are you doing? Hope you're well. I think that's fine. Here we go. Good morning to everyone. You guys have had a good rest or a great day, whichever case it is for you, depending where you are in the world. But here we are, all cozy together. Man, it's really windy outside still. Really, really windy outside here. Here we go. One dead Dr. Doom. Can't complain. Everything's alright. Well, alrighty then. What do we need for 5-star? You mean for 5-star selector in this basic? Well, first round went really, really low. First round was 12 million. I do think second one's gonna go higher. I do think second one's probably gonna be more than that. So we'll see. I'm not entirely sure myself. You know, I'm not kind of putting too much significance to this grind personally. I'm probably gonna grind like 16 million-ish. Something like that. But thank you, Messiah. Thank you very much. Dancing Man. That Dancing Man theme got to stop. Dancing Man theme got to stop. I hope she doesn't read it out. Haha. Then I feel like I will have one. Thank you very much, Messiah. But yeah, I'll probably just get it to about 16 million, something like that. And be done with it. If I get it, you know, I'm grinding for a champion that I do have as a duped 6-star, and I'm just kind of like trying to get a new 5-star kind of. That's about it. Never. Okay, okay. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Come on, let's smack it down. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. I got a bit of a headache this morning. Kind of annoying, but you know, such is life. Who is grinding for Captain America Sam Wilson, by the way? Just asking. Who's grinding for Mr. Sam Wilson? What do you think the score is going to be? Where's the lady? Haha, the lady abandoned you. I haven't disabled her, by the way. She should work next time. If you try again, maybe with a 5-er, I'm sure the lady will appear. I haven't done anything to the lady. I have not tied her up. I think I will. Well, then you might. But hey, what's up, 006? I kind of skipped past your message, I guess. But hey, welcome to the stream to you too, man. Welcome to you too. In this fine morning. Ah, look at him. Witchcraft. There's no witchcraft. There's no witchcraft. She just sometimes likes to take a nap or ignore some more annoying people. You can try Streamlabs lady. See if she's home. You can try the Streamlabs lady. I think she should be home. My dulcet tones are helping me through all my home. What is dulcet? I don't even... That's a word that I do not know. Look at that. Somebody's using fancy words here. I know that my dulcet... Sweet and soothing. Oh, interesting. That's a good name to learn. It's a good name to learn. Why, thank you very much, 006. I hope, you know, I hope you smash that homework. Like Khabib. Smashing everyone. And my pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. So here we're gonna do that, and this is wonderful. What do you think about bringing back 4-star KBQ challenge? Personally enjoyed it. Some 6-star shards in my... I'd absolutely love that. I mean, no, wait, not that. I would absolutely... Well, let me put it like this. It kind of depends how they do it. But yeah, I mean, I think they should bring back some things like that. I think there has to be more stuff to interact with in the game. Not necessarily 4-star KBQ challenge. But... what's the best way to put it?
Shut up and take my money.
Maverick $1 Australian.
I do think we should get some sort of monthly challenges. I do think, like, you know, with Karina challenges, like, those are the big ones. I think they should give us some sort of Aegon challenges, for instance, that are, you know, completely optional, have some minimal or cosmetic or whatever rewards, and that give us, you know, these multiple tasks, because making these challenges and arena and stuff like that takes no programming time at all. Thank you, Maverick, by the way. So what I think is that they are like really missing a great opportunity for them to make the game more interesting. I think that could actually be, like, you know, currently we have two consistent things in the game. We have EQ and we have monthly side quest. And, you know, yes, we do often get some sort of solo objectives in relation to side quests and stuff like that, but I think they could make a third thing, monthly objectives, that, you know, have some similar level of rewards compared to EQ or monthly event quest or something like that, and give us some sort of interesting smaller tasks, like the, you know, at the level of the very easiest green challenges, like that 5-3-1 where we needed to do with non-mystic champions, and they can easily go 5-3-2 with non-science, non-whatever skill champions, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? And or they can also be somewhat cav related. I think it would be awesome. I think it would be a great idea, and it doesn't take a lot of development time. Only do a stream or PP for bigger things, so if we get 200, like, well, we won't get 200 people on a stream this month anymore at any given point, I think. You know, evening streams really are the only ones that can go bigger, and you normally know where to be found during those. You normally know where to be found. Like yesterday, we had a very nice stream, but you were not there. And this month, I don't think we're gonna have a big stream left, because there's nothing coming out this month, you know? Oh, I might do something for once. We'll see about that. See how my time goes. And I think they could do it very easily. Yes, because it doesn't require any development time. It's just adding in an objective in the game, you know? Then you don't need to make a quest. I don't have any OG Avenger, the original 6. From the original 6, really, you know, they're not really the greatest for most part in this game. Let's check out who are the original 6. OG Thor, he's alright. He's not, you know, the best, the worst, but, you know, he's definitely not a must-have champion, I'd say. I quite like him, but he's not that great. Then we have Hawkeye, who now is actually quite good after his change. He has definitely become better. He can do some interesting stuff. How Iron Man and Cap, both absolute turds in their original, you know, forms. OG Hulk, not somebody that you'd really need, or that's something like that great. And Black Widow. Black Widow also is not really kind of like a dominant meta presence. So don't feel too bad, Lucky Tech. Don't feel too bad about it. Really, I think they could do it very easy. Yeah, exactly. I think there isn't, you know, no real good reason not to do it. Would give us, and you know, but I think it would be best if they did it in the middle of the month. They released these challenges in the middle of the month, just to kind of give some impression of the month to be more filled up for some different type of rewards. And I would appreciate some mastery reset tokens. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Completely agree. Completely agree with you, Maverick. One on pass, then I get my ass handed to me by Grandmaster. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy that. Grandmaster is actually, you know, not too bad of a fight, to be honest. Do you have any idea about Dayton 7.4 coming in March? I don't have any specific details as of yet. I'm sure we will get some soonish, but right now I don't have specific details. But 5-star Professor X from Mutant Skill Duel yesterday. Nice, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Professor X is a very good champion. It's fairly, you know, there is a skill cap, there is a learning cap. But if you learn how to play Professor X well enough, then he can be very, very, very good champion. Let me just hijack the stream. What do you mean hijack the stream? It was going blind on Shang-Chi. Well, Shang-Chi is an amazing champion too, but you know, Professor X definitely has a lot of value in his own right. Dude, 6-star Icarus last night. You're making me jealous, man. Really wanted stupid Icarus. Think it'd be fun. A lot have them, you know, watching them. Can get 5 or 6 stars. Well, the thing is, many of them are not in the 5-star basic pool, and some of them I think most of them are in 6-star basic pool now. But like OG Thor is not in 5-star basic pool. Black Widow is not in 5-star basic pool for one reason or another. So it is not as easy to get to them. Don't mean to call. Funny, do you think? I don't know about that. I don't know if that's a good idea. Why are you drinking so much? Didn't you just come back from your vacation? Good morning, Katie. Anyone know why more kills the node than Misty? Yes, I do know. Because Misty Knight has a node that makes all her hits guaranteed crits. And Ebony Maw has always had the ability where if opponent tries to hit you with a guaranteed critical hit, then you miss. Like, you know how with Corvus, for instance, you're always going to miss the first medium, or with Ghost, whenever she dashes in at you, you're always going to miss. Stuff like that. Ebony Maw's ability is to force opponents with guaranteed critical hits miss you. And Misty Knight has a node on her that makes all of her hits guaranteed critical hits, and then unless you intercept it, and then if you do intercept, then you can switch it off for like 6 seconds. So the idea of that node is that you want to intercept her regularly, and you can switch off those guaranteed critical hits. But with Ebony Maw, you want to do everything except intercept her, and never switch off that node, and then he's never going to be able to hit you. It's quite that simple. So there you go. I hate Glory currency system and waiting for recent items getting too expensive. Glory Store should be getting an update very, very soon. Last update to Glory Store was last March, so it's just about to be exactly 1 year. It's about to be 1 year since Glory Store got updated, so you know, I'm kind of half expecting that update in March or April as well. I like Professor X playstyle. Yeah, it's quite alright. It's not for everybody, but if you enjoy it, that's great. What's up, Bugman? How are you doing? How am I today? I'm doing A-okay. What's up, Caffeine Rin? How are you? Are you well? Hope you're well. And what's up, James?
Welcome.
And Steve. Okay, let's beat her up. Chorus is the best Ebony Maw counter, guys. Yeah, of course. That's not true. Yes, I didn't drink that much, but on it. I'm joking. Are you on? Where are you? Nowhere to be found. Okay, sub KT mods. Hey, what's up, K-Dog? How are you doing? There people like Pound. Oh, of course. Share, like, all that good stuff. If you can do me a massive favor, drop this stream link to your Alliance chat or something like that. Invite your Alliance mates to hang out. They're awake, you know. The more of us, the merrier. And, you know, let's face it, MCOC is not exactly the bundle of excitement for these last 2 weeks in February. There's not going to be too much happening aside from covering upcoming news and stuff like that. So we might as well have a bit of fun here. Thankfully, I thought the game was broken. It was so easy. Yeah, it's very, very easy. Play without money, and after 4 years, I'm finally P9 worldwide line. Nice. Congratulations, man. You can climb even higher. More TFI basics needed. Completely agree. Completely agree. We all need more TFI basics. 100%. There we go. Good day, critical thinking, man. Well, good day to you too, Steve. CGR does more damage than Hercules, but I still like Hercules. Yeah, I think Hercules is significantly better champion than CGR. CGR is a great champion, but Herc just does more. There are many, many more fights that you can do with Hercules than you can do with CGR, for instance. I think it's kind of like, at this point, universally accepted that Hercules is better than CGR. Way better? Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So excuse me, CGR police here, buddy. Listen. Yeah, CGR is awesome. CGR is on. Well, alright. Gonna have a bit of a chat. Just let me finish this fight. Well, let's just armor break you, blood. So most of your abilities will... Oh, crap. Yeah, sure, hit me. Like it matters. Like you can kill me. Like you can kill me, you little third waffle. What I can do, hit me more? Maybe I'd like. Listen. More domino, you say? Coming right now. More what now? Somebody please remove domino. I hate her so much. Why do you hate domino that much? Why do you hate domino? What did she ever do to you? What did she ever do to you? What did you? Well, hello there.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
How are you doing?
Está bien, ¿y tú?
I do not speak this language. But I'm doing alright, I guess. Just a little support for the channel. Thank you very much, bro. Very kind of you.
Guten Abend.
Good morning. But thank you very much, Drew. Appreciate that. Wait, let's get you up there.
Shut up and take my money.
There
I
you
don't.
go.
So honestly speaking, for the context, why
Just
don't you like my
support
dancing?
for the channel.
Like, why is that an issue?
Not. I'm just messing.
Like, I
I'm
mean,
kinda
you're
playing it up.
sassy. I know you're sassy. It's okay. You know, you're shaped like a giraffe. You think that I look like an elephant. It's fine. But I mean, just like accept your role in the dancing man because you're the dancing man.
Hey man, I'm generally not bothered by it. I just like saying that because, you know, it gives you something to talk about.
You know what, James? F you. I would.
Not gonna lie, Full Domino is the stuff of nightmares. Full Domino was quite a fun fight. I agree with that. I remember that fight. It was in 6.3 or 6.4 somewhere. And yeah, that's.
James.
What did James say?
I'm trying to catch up to the chat, and I was like, James, shut up. I'm being funny. Shut the hell up, James. Anyway, damn, it was a joke. Damn, why is it so sensitive lately?
Who is sensitive? You are? You're very sensitive recently.
I'm really not. Like I'm over it, dude. So I am so glad you kicked off the other channel. I'm just gonna say that now. And if you guys aren't that are listening, please go subscribe to the channel. It's actually something I've been pushing KT to do for like 2 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while since I have been thinking about it.
I'm so glad he actually did it.
But yeah, you know, baby steps. Obviously, a lot of things are still, you know, still gonna have to happen or change on that channel. But hopefully it works out. Hopefully it all goes well.
I agree. I got a couple ideas, but we'll talk about that offline. But I gotta, you know, I'm thoughtful.
Look at that. We're
Anyways.
gonna absolutely demolish this small man. And so demolish this small. No, I can't. No, I still can. Because, you know, I wanted to use APOC on that guy.
Yeah,
but I can't. That Muhammad Usman, how are you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing better. Hope you're doing better. Look at that Claire melt. Incursions crystals getting an update. I hope so. I hope the entire Incursion store is getting an update. Because let's face it, there are no... there's not really good reason to play Incursions because, you know, there's a huge group of people who don't really care that much about 5-star champions anymore or 5-star crystals. And best you can get in that store is like some measly 2000 shards for like a significant amount of effort in Incursions. Like, you know, because getting 32,000 artifacts, you know, it's not that easy.
I did a breakdown, and I was gonna say I did a breakdown with my Incursions partner. We literally just stopped playing Incursions because the 3 hours it would take us per every recycle, which was three times, I think 4 times a week of a month. Yeah. It's not worth the 2,000. It's not worth it. I just got tired of it. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's nothing in the Incursion store that really can remotely excite you. It's just some 5-star crystals.
I mean, the 6-star shards. That was it.
And 2,000 6-star shards, but it's just 2,000 6-star shards. You know, let's stop pretending that 2,000 6-star shards is something unattainable, like in a game.
I mean, and I wanted to keep it up, didn't know, just like to stash it in case they changed it to something like epic. But
yeah, I know. I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like I have 80,000 artifacts. I'm probably gonna play through it. I'm gonna keep it like close to the max or just kind of like increase it little by some, because you know I hope that they're gonna update the store and I'm gonna have some artifacts ready. Because let's face it, in current state, you know that Incursion store is absolutely useless.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I'm at like 16,000. I was like, dude, I'm done. Like, we're done. Like, it was pointless. I'm not gonna joke. I like the new. I kind of like the new PvP battle.
Yeah, I do quite like to. I hope they don't mess it up. I hope they don't mess it up.
But if it's so much that's gonna it's so much influx with that, and I'm like, I want to see what the end game beta is gonna be for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, that's coming only in April for the beta. But I'm already kind of starting to be very cautious with the use of my catalyst, for instance. Yeah, and you know, because everybody's gonna. Well, first of all, I hope the game mode is good and important enough to rank champions for it. Like, you know, Incursions isn't. It just isn't. Like, you're not ranking up champions because somebody is very good in Incursions and stuff like that.
And see, I think, this is the one time I'll ever make a plea to Kabam to let me take over something. Let me take over Incursions. This is the one thing I'm like, I understood. I understood. Like, it wouldn't be PvP. But Lord, I got a couple of good ideas that I promise.
I mean, Incursions could have been so much more than it turned out to be. Incursions could have been a legitimate alternative to Arena, for instance. It could have easily awarded units and battlefields and stuff like that, and you can even earn champions playing Incursions with somebody, for instance.
And see, I think one of the tricks I would have, you're locked in for 5 rooms on 3 champs you got. And that would make people start thinking initially, but the rewards are higher.
Yeah, exactly. There are many different things. They don't all need to be the same or match and stuff like that, but Incursions could have been so much more than they were.
I think.
Okay,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think Incursions could have been.
So no problem fighting any Domino, and maybe that's because I use her so much. I know what she can do and is going to do, and never had an issue with. Yeah, you know, by this point, I'm not really that intimidated with Domino. There is still obviously always the chance that she's going to cancel your abilities, and sometimes it really does, you know, frustrate you because there's always a 15% chance. But yeah, for the most part, once you kind of get used to it and get more comfortable, she's not that bad. Only use 4-star crystals from Incursion store because I need ISO. Hey, that's another way to go about it. Use Incursion store for ISO, I guess. Link to second channel below. 700 subs already? Yes, it is at 700 subs already. There you go.
And and KT, let's be honest. You know you struggle. You know you don't like seeing Domino in war. I'm just gonna say that just for GP.
Yeah. Thank you, Mohammed. And please subscribe to KT's new channel. Why, yes, pretty please.
Hey guys, to let you guys know, just a little breakdown as far as for the channel. It's not MCOC completely related. It's just more so some of the afterthoughts and the concepts that we have in this actual chat. So it's not like I'm sure KT is going to evolve it to an extent to where it's going to go more in depth on certain aspects and context. But understand, like we've had political issues, religious issues, context, and he's just putting an open forum out for everybody to kind of give feedback to.
It's kind of meant to be a channel that's more just touching, you know, our social issues, social problems, changes in our society, like positive trends, negative trends, and, you know, A, giving a critical look at the things happening around us in the world, and B, also with hope to help people come to their own conclusions and, you know, think for themselves and just maybe sometimes switch off all the noise and, you know, be themselves a bit more.
And you know, I agree with you. You know, everybody has their own opinion. I feel like, you know, I love you to death. You're still an asshole. So
yeah, well, luckily for me, that's not the end of the world. There are plenty of assholes living perfectly normal lives, you know, happy.
and there are plenty of geek assholes like you. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
Anyways, all right. So we got the porn jokes out the way. But I honestly I love the idea, like the context, and I know you've been pondering on it for a while. I told you that you should have set it up a year ago.
Yeah, I probably should have. I probably should have, and you know, I hope that it turns out that I regret that I didn't do it earlier. But there's always a lot of self-doubt and worries and fear of failure and everything else coming in. Being like, who am I to tell people these things, or who am I to be somebody that expects other people to listen to him, kind of thing, you know?
From the cognate perspective, I can always give you an actual earnest ear, you know, doctorate, that part. But, you know, but honestly, I just think it's actually a good thing to hear and ingest and digest different perspectives. I think that's always a good thing. I've always thought that from a psychological standpoint. I think that's the best thing.
Yeah.
So it gives you perspective.
I completely agree. Like, you know, I purposely look out videos on topics that cover it from the point that I don't agree, just so I can understand why I think differently than some other people, or why, you know, it's such a controversial topic. Because kind of often, like, I can look at something and think, well, yeah, it's obvious. Why would anybody have a problem with that, for instance? And then, you know, you check out different perspectives, like, okay, yeah, I kind of understand why.
KT, coming from that standpoint, if you don't mind, I'll join you for one of the episodes eventually to give argumentative context from an educational standpoint on argumentative logic and the cognitive state. So we'll set that up later.
I'm sure we will. Like, it's just starting out. I want to have a couple of weeks of me just releasing, you know, either a video daily or a video every other day, kind of seeing where it goes. And then if it does grow enough, you know, I want to try out some streaming format. I'm not going to stream on it as much, but I'm going to still try and do like a stream a week or 2 streams a week on the channel where I perhaps, you know, start the stream off with covering a subject or topic, and then we kind of go in a, you know, longer, deeper format Q&A or something like that, or a debate or a discussion.
I definitely agree with that, and I told you that the Q&A context is something that you just looked at a long time ago, so I agree with you. I think that, I actually think that. Someone asking if you're going to talk about your love life on this stream.
My love life or love in general, you mean? I do not plan to discuss my love life publicly in any serious context. But if you talk about love in general, yeah, I will, because I do think that we all need a bit more love and compassion and generosity and forgiveness in life, and I think all of those concepts are being kind of pushed aside because everything is so combative, you know, everything is this huge fight or a battle, or And there's definitely a lot of, if you don't think like me, you must be a bad human being because this issue is so important and stuff like that. And yeah, I do want to approach a lot of those issues, just not from a critical thinking point of view, but also to emphasize the point that, you know, even if I disagree with someone, doesn't mean that they're bad human beings. Even if I think somebody's dead wrong, it doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with that person. Even if I think that on this particular issue somebody is making a huge mistake, it does not mean that they are bad humans in general, you know?
Prime example would be is that I like Strife, and KT has ridiculed me forever for liking Strife. Prime example. Doesn't mean that I don't care about my brother over here, even though
it's a silly example, but it kind of fits. You know,
it's a skewed example, but true enough, but it does fit.
It's kind of like if something is such a huge deal, but think of it like this: we all have our own shortcomings and weaknesses, and you know, your friends, I don't know, beliefs on a particular issue in your eyes might be a shortcoming of your friend. It does not mean that you have to stop being friends.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Look at Cosmic Penny Parker Rider last comment. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Right.
Questions for that looks great. Endless gold crystals open. Just have some consummate. Come on, hold my beer. That's true. That's true.
That is true. That is true as hell. That is true as hell. I'm sorry. I could
That's very true.
Laughing at that.
Imagine when Incursions initially came out, I was worried about refresh timers because I thought we're going to be playing so much Incursions that I'm going to have to wait till my champions get refreshed.
Yeah, now it's like, man.
And what's up? It's Omega. Gamora is any good? No, not really. It's just that I don't have her as 5-star. I have most of the 5-stars in game, and if there is an opportunity to pick up a 5-star that I do not have, I'm gonna try and take it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. She's not a great champion, no. She's not completely awful or useless, but she's not great.
She's not horrible, but it's that heavy mechanic that drives me crazy with her.
But she's apparently getting another buff, so there's that.
I'm not. I mean, really, do we? At this stage of point in time, do we really like Ebony Maw, Gamora? Who else did they f up real bad?
If you ever want to talk about mental health or suicide and mental health, I'm sure I will at some point. I'm sure I will, and in that case, before I do, I will check in with you and we can figure something out. It's not something that I want to jump into it. I just, you know, for the first few weeks, I want to not necessarily avoid as heavy subjects, but I just want to kind of like, you know, establish a line that the channel will go in. And obviously it's going to change over time. The type of videos that I'm going to be uploading in it right now are not likely going to be, you know, similar format or topic that I'm going to be uploading in a year or two. But all of those things are still something that I feel is worth talking about.
I agree, and for anybody who needs help in mental health, please seek help. If you need to talk to somebody, you don't
100%.
want to. Yeah, we're always here.
Talking through that is the most important thing.
That's what the community is for. That's why we're all here for it too. So if you need a hug, if you need a line chat, hell, I'll fly to y'all, some of y'all, depending on how close you are.
It's okay. Mohammed already got a hug and a little surprise from JJ. I'm glad that he's doing better. I'm glad that he's doing.
I don't know if I want to hug from Jay. I don't know if I want to hug from Jay, honestly. You know, I'm more concerned about John in that situation. She might like it too much, and I don't know. So, anyway.
I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Moving on. Aren't they supposed to visit? Aren't they visiting this
weekend? They are visiting at the end of the month. They ought to be. I think it's probably gonna be like 25th or something like that. We're looking at right now.
So there's a rumor going around in the States that they're going to drop their masks to travel, and we're going to open back up like normal. And dude, if we do it, I'm coming to London, man.
Well, in UK they dropped everything.
But I still can't fly in without a vaccine, without like testing stuff and all the cards, and I have to have all this extra stuff. So if they go back to like it was prior to, dude, I'm coming to visit.
Every time something looks really promising from Kabam, they find a way to somehow ruin it. Yeah, for most part. More often than not. More often.
No, James. No, James. Everybody does not want a hug from JJ. She's married. That's the point of it. You missed the point. No. She tries to give out hugs, but no. We don't want to be, and no one wants to be beside James in the box. Let's keep it 100.
Was that a surprise ducky? Well, you're gonna need to ask Muhammad. What's up, Red? How are you doing? Will you be able to make light of some serious subjects? Yeah, of course. What do you mean? A few jokes, or it's purely... No, I will obviously try to weave in jokes as well at a later time. I do want the channel to be serious, but I do want to show that you can get a laugh out of serious issues too.
I'm pretty. If I know KT very well, there will be some jokes.
There will be some jokes. There will be some rants. There will be some potty mouth words, and eventually and stuff like that. You know, I'm not gonna carry it away. I'm gonna try my best not to get carried away like having a potty mouth, but I'm not gonna necessarily shy away if I'm gonna think that somebody's absolute butthole or behaving like one. I will, you know, find a creatively amusing way how to express that.
Anyways, K Dizzy, dude, I'm not plugging your hugging business, dude. Like that, I looked that up. That I didn't know that was a real thing, and until you told me, I didn't not know that was a real thing. So I am not plugging that. I did not know professional hugger was a real job title.
I did know that, and I did find it fascinating.
And I'm just like, hold on, wait. Like I'm in the wrong industry.
I know, professional hugger, you know, quite interesting. Sounds perfect. Thank you, Aaron.
James, it's a personal preference. That's all. That's just me, man. It's just it's no big deal. I just you know, yeah, no. I'll explain offline. Just catch me offline. We'll talk. But K-Dog is literally like, I did not know that was a job until he mentioned it on one stream, and I was like, no, that cannot be a job. And he's like, dude, it's a real job.
It is a real job.
It's
Honestly,
a real job. It's like, it's a real job.
J family are amazing people. Just only blown away the kind of. Oh yeah, they're absolutely amazing. I completely agree. Some of the nicest people I have known. What are we on about? We are on about the fact that a profession such as a hugging expert or professional hugger exists. There are literally people earning very, very good living for themselves by hugging strangers.
No, a good living is like 60 to 70 grand a night. No, that's a freaking great living.
Yeah, okay. There are people making great living by hugging others.
100. Because K-Dog gave me some gave the information and I looked at it and I was like, dude, people are making up to $150 an hour for this.
Yeah. So imagine imagine this. You're too lazy to be a masseuse, but you don't mind touching strangers. Like, I'm just gonna be a professional hugger. I'm gonna earn more than they do, and the only thing I'm gonna do is just hug them.
And it's so when I looked into it, I was like, no, you can't be kidding me. There are professions out in California, like they have like temp services or whatever. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Imagine how you can be like a, you know, call hugger. Somebody calls you, gives you address, and you drive over to hug somebody.
I'm sorry for laughing. Call hugger.
Cash me offline. How about that? All right, we will.
You're not a prostitute. You're a call hugger. I'm sorry. I got jokes.
I mean, you call somebody, he's like, I'm in desperate need for a hug.
And I feel like it's like the Ghostbusters, the old school Ghostbusters movie. Call huggers. Like,
yeah. Just like that. And you can have your own logo. That's, you know, a hug.
No, it would be the same logo. Just it would be without the stripe. It would be without the stripe in the middle because he's a big, you know, he's a big.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You can, featured calves in Incursions and Jacobkanda. I don't know. I think they definitely need. I don't think they're gonna do featured calves. I'm not too fond of the idea that calves should be in there. I think we get too many calves and not enough 6 stars and stuff like that, and 6-star shots. I think they should just basically change the 5-star crystals to 6-star crystals and increase the amount of shards you get if you choose to just get shards. Something like that, for most part. Rank up materials, they made the decision to take them out. I personally like that. I wouldn't mind it at all. I'm not sure that they would be willing to do rank up materials in Incursion Star.
Yeah, saying everything's a job. I challenge you to find something that you can't make money off of. You know what, James? I think you're right on this one. I'm gonna leave it alone with that one, bro. You probably.
I think it's quite accurate that these days you can turn most of the things into a profession or a job.
Yeah, I think that's the saturation too.
Why can't I take my 6-star weapons rank 2? I got stuff, but it's not letting me rank them up all the time. Or we'll just all time, or we'll just go to my stash. Oh, you need bigger inventory caps probably, and that means that you need to get a higher level, I think. Could that be the issue?
KT, write this down. Share economy context for your other channel.
Right, what down?
Share economy tactics for your other channel. That would be something good to talk about.
Just drop it to me online. Oh, right. I don't have my. I actually do. Okay.
Share. Just no. I was gonna do, but I got it.
Alright, let's beat it up.
K-Dog can say, "Dude, we smoke a cigarette afterwards." I'm done. I'm good.
Do it.
I'm good.
Maybe grab a shower too.
You have to watch. You have to do the Ace Ventura shower. No.
Pillow hounds have left out MC. I don't think I have heard too many people use the term pillow hands. What level got to be in to take my 6-star to rank 2? Don't remember exactly, but I think that Cat Murdoch had an infographic. So let me find Cat Murdoch. And you'll figure it out. He does post a lot though, so it might take a minute.
Yeah.
This is the Mojo store. I think it wasn't too long ago when she posted the catalysts.
I don't understand why Kabam ain't hired her yet. Still.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, like that's
Here we
like
go.
the dumbest thing ever to me.
Here we go. So you need to be able to hold 3 TF5 badges. So you need to be at least level 40. You need to be at least level 40 to take a 6-star to rank 2. And you need to be level 60 to take a 6-star to rank 3. Unless you have Summoner Sigil.
Chels $50.
Ooh. Look who was listening in. It was Chels all along. Why, thank you. That came out of nowhere. That
Chels,
came out of nowhere.
Oh no, Chels, if you're online, Chels.
Thank you very much. Very generous from you. Thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome.
Chels is my low key game wife. So.
But yeah, hello there, Chels. Good morning to you too. I already thought that, you know, because normally in like the morning streams and stuff like that, for the most part, somebody does drop a donation relatively early on, just so it doesn't stay empty, and then it typically kind of finishes like that. So when I hear that sound, shut up and take my money in the middle of the stream, I'm always like, ooh, this was unexpected. Bad Chels, I know. Maybe she's Dexter Chels.
No, she's Bat Chels.
Okay, maybe she's Bad Chels. You take Stealthy rank 2, but you have invested 26 in Darkhawks to ignore him. Huh? Who invested 206 to Darkhawk? Why would you do that? Why would anyone do that? Just wake up? You see, that's why nobody can make sense of you, Chels. One day, this exact same time, I'm still up and stuff like that. Next day, I just woke up. Like what the hell?
I got inside jokes and I'm gonna leave them alone. But hey, Chels, I'm just gonna say that. Hey, Chels.
Okay, what's up, Adil? How are you doing, by the way? Welcome to the stream as well. And let's clap that cheek. I need a hug. Well, it's $100 an hour. $100 an hour, and K-Dog is going to be on his way.
No, a K-Dog's perspective, it's $150 an hour. So,
no. So K-Dog, I have a feeling K-Dog wants to be a professional call hugger.
I'm pretty sure he'll give a discount, though. You know,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. So he'll give a little discount.
And you know, he's a truck driver. That means he can cover long distances. He just needs, he just needs a plenty of heads up.
Stop. I already know where you stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop going down this way.
I'm just saying.
Just stop going down that road. I already see that. Like, no.
Oh, that's flat rate. Apparently, that's what they charge in California, like $100 or $150 an hour for a hug.
I don't know. And Chels, I'm being honest. Until K-Dog told me, I think when I say like I think last week when I was in the DR, week before, I did not know this was a thing. Like, this is a real job. This is a real, like, and I live in Georgia. This is a real job in Georgia.
There you go. It's a job. There are people making their livelihood by hugging strangers, and it's fascinating.
I think I'm okay.
So there we go. Hey, what's up, Eric Nelson? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're alright.
Hey, I like Dark Hawk. Even if it's just a 6-star, I would stick 200 him.
No, you wouldn't.
Also recently.
No, you wouldn't, and you know that, Devonsh. 206 stones are far too valuable for you to just willy-nilly throw them because you like him.
Not for a 6-star. Hell, I like Tiger, and I still wouldn't put 206 on her.
People at my office just come up to me for hugs for free. You should start charging them. Exactly, you need to start charging them.
Well, James, you're a little cheaper, so you know, $2 to $5. I think that's your starting and going rate right now. You know, $2. Hey, what's going on, Eric? I'm sorry, I just catch you.
Chels, no way would cook her up. Sure, there are.
You know what?
Sure, you're not the only one. What's up, Gary Nolan? How are you doing?
Chels would charge for a cup of coffee. I already know. I know that for a fact. Chels would charge for a cup of coffee, and a good cup of coffee, like a latte from Starbucks kind of coffee. I know that for a fact. He would charge for that much.
All right.
Devonash, no, it's actually this is something we were talking about like I think a week or two ago, and K-Dog brought something up to a stream, and I was in shock. But it's actually a real like job description. Google like professional huggers, dude. You would actually see it is crazy. It is something I did not know that was a trend.
They exist.
But yeah, they really exist. SKT calls them call huggers.
But yeah. By the way, how is weather where you guys are at, everybody? Like in UK, like it's been so windy, and it's been like quite nasty and like rainy as well. But it's been really, really windy. We had a storm last night, and you know, this is just another one of those things I never thought I would have to think about in a million years or worry about. But storm destroyed parts of our fence last night. And I took a look at it. I don't think I'll be able to mend it. I will give it a go, but now I need to figure out, you know, how much fences cost.
Hey, actually, AKT, video chat me offline. I can probably tell you how to do it. I do know.
No, it's not the issue of me not being able to figure out how to do it. I do have the nails. I do have the hammer. I do kind of, you know, what I'm doing. It's an issue of that fence not being the newest anymore, and I just think, and it also got really, really mangled up. And I don't appropriate length, you know, wood and stuff like that to replace the sections. I mean,
You
it's a wood
don't,
fence.
but from my granddad's farm, you don't need to replace it. Sometimes you can just use chicken wire and staples to reinforce and then to keep the same wood. So that's what I'm telling you. Like,
Yeah, but the thing is that wood is really, you know, what's the best way to put it? Anyways, I'll have to take a proper look at it, but it's quite rotten. That's the word.
Okay. Never mind that. Just an idea.
But yeah, we'll see. So now I'm gonna need to look out how much. If I can't fix it, which I hope I can mend it, which is gonna be another pain in the ass. Even if I can, then I need to figure out how much it costs.
There are rooms full of people buying hugs like a spin class for reals. And K-Dog put me on something, like I promised a guy, like I thought I was literally like telling him he was full of BS until he told me to Google it, and then I literally Googled it. It's a literal thing. Like it's it is a genuine job. Literal thing.
No idea how there can still be a job with social distancing guidelines. Well, nobody cares for them. What's up, Kabir Khan? It's like you do understand that. Well, first, what's the best way to put it? Not everybody. Well, the job exists in not just America to begin with, but even in America, you know, it seems like okay. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go.
Please, that was gonna be a bad joke to start. Please.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, all honesty, I think that I feel that the world, and this kind of goes to your other channel, Casey. I feel like the world is just based on the context that everybody is so selfish, and people have stopped caring about other people. Because if you need a job as a professional hugger, if you can afford that, how much real messed up stuff you really got going on in your life?
I think it just shows that a lot of people are way more lonely than people. I think we as a society, ironically, and this is really kind of like a fat out, laugh your ass off irony, when we have so much more ability to meet new people and contact different people, and we're able to traverse the world and planet and be wherever we want to be compared to, you know, any other time in history. We as a human race are more lonely as we ever have been, because we don't have real experiences like in the flesh anymore. A lot of us spend way more time in front of screens than we do in front of people or out and about with people. And there's an entire generation who grows up who, you know, I'm sure there are going to be kids who have pretty much never been touched by another human being, maybe besides their, like, you know, family and stuff like that.
And you know what? That theory is so horrific. If you ever watch WALL-E, and yes, we're referencing this. I don't know if this is going to demonetize me, so I apologize if it does. But if you ever watched the Disney movie WALL-E,
yeah, I know the movie.
Remember, right? And for those who don't understand this big, like, eventually they leave Earth, and basically they just let robots take over. Like, that's eventually what I feel like technology is going to do to people.
And I genuinely do feel like we're losing that balance. We're losing that healthy out. Like, we're losing value for, I don't know, a walk in a park or activity in the fresh air. We're losing the value of actually going someplace and interacting with people. Because why would you need to go if you can just go online and, you know, stay at your comfy home and just talk to whoever you want to talk anyways? And and in a lot of sense, it's because people, real people, have to compete with technology that's far more exciting and interesting. Like, you know, when you talk to some acquaintance, for instance, for 20 minutes, they often bore you out of your head because you're not that interested in their personal life. And quite frankly, you would be having more interesting and fun time just on your phone, reading some news or watching a video that you enjoy, something like that, you know. We're forcing people to compete with technology that at this point is impossible, because let's be real, like, your iPhone is more interesting than, you know, a random guy that you have very little common with that you would have had to talk with 20 years ago, right? And today you don't really.
And I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna spin a different perspective because I feel like technology does differentiate and breaks down the context, the continuity and context of like family bonding from that standpoint.
It's quite horrible with that as well.
But
like that's why for instance, like whenever I'm spending time with my girlfriend, you know, the phones pretty much have to go. Like every evening when I finish my stream, I give myself pretty much about 15-20 minutes to quickly jump in AQ, check out the latest messages. That's it. I put my phone down, and if I will pick my phone back up that evening past like 9 p.m. or past 8 p.m. whenever I finish my stream, you know, it's only when I'm by myself, if I go outside for a smoke or if I have to do something around the house. But if we're spending the time together, either, you know, watching a movie or doing something around the house, the phone has to stay away because it ruins so much. It's a negative experience for her, and if she touches her phone and goes on Instagram, I feel like I'm being, you know, neglected. So we both kind of just agreed that, especially in evenings, you know, if we do anything together, the phone has to stay the fuck away.
Yeah, I agree. And remember when I told you what I did with my daughter's 16th birthday? And this was a private moment, but something me and Casey talked about. I did this big party for my daughter, and there were no cell phones allowed.
Yeah, completely. I would do the same thing.
That was the best, but it was the best party. It was one of the best like home experiences, especially with COVID at the time. Best home experiences she's ever had. Like we had this big epic house party where basically we turned out the whole neighborhood.
It's good that you did it. And obviously you want some photos and stuff like that, so you know somebody has to have home. But that's
I did them at the end. I did them at the end. We did them at the end, and we had her mom do them. So that was it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like when Emma and John are gonna come over, phones off. Need about 1.5 million gold.
I feel like that should be the best live stream ever. I feel like you should break out your old camera, your phones, and we should all just be live streaming.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get what you need, Eric. I hope you get what you need. Okay, let's catch up to the chat real quick.
All right, cool. Let me jump on it. Vicos is saying good morning. Chels is, why don't you ask your neighbor to help pay half of it? So there's a job where you get paid for playing video games. I would like to do. There actually, Devin,
there are several jobs where you get paid to play video games. Well, there is like professional tournament gamers, you know, because there are competitive esports. Those people get paid to play video games. There's an actual corporate job where you are some sort of tester, you know, quality tester and stuff like that for gaming companies, where you just get. There are companies that genuinely gather feedback and they pay you to play the games for a day or two games and then have you write in the reviews and stuff like that. There are gaming journalists who basically do the same thing, just, you know, for articles rather than the gaming companies. And there are obviously tons of streamers and stuff like that. So yeah, there are several different professions where you get paid to play games.
Muhammad is saying, I feel like society, we lack humanity and empathy. I do. We all think we all agree with that. My team for Cav is Falcon, Hood, Kingpin, Stealth, Spidey, Silver Surfer, Ultron. Is that enough for what?
For what?
Solarado. Yeah, that. Just to get Cav? Like,
yeah, definitely, that's enough. That's enough. Chels saying, why don't you ask your neighbor to help pay half of it? Because my neighbor is... the neighbor on that side of the house is a retired nurse. And I don't want to ask her anything, you know? First of all, she's old. Second of all, she's by herself. And third of all, it's not... She doesn't seem to be living a privileged lifestyle, so...
Okay, people are responding to Devin Nash real fast on beta testing. Pro Leagues about the whole thing with K-Dog. Cool, cancel virtual reality, says Vatan. Hey KT, do you know when we will be getting AW compensation?
I do not know that. I kind of expect it at some point next week. I wouldn't kind of hold my handle out for getting it this week. I think it's probably gonna get it at some point next week, most likely.
Chels is asking, I need coffee what's your fave coffee? My go-to drink is almond milk, honey, flat, white. Chels, my drink to go to that I would suggest for you always is water. Ice cold water.
My favorite coffee, honestly, I'm not that kind of like a fancy coffee drinker. For most part, I'm just gonna have like, yeah, a regular latte. That's it, with no sugar, and that's about it. And yeah, right now, like I have a coffee subscription that every 2 or 3 weeks I get delivered the Costa Coffee coffee pods. And that's pretty much what I drink every morning. I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, unless I go outside and, you know, I pop in Starbucks and stuff like
that. When did you get down to 1 cup of coffee a day?
Quite a long time ago.
I've seen you drink 2 or 3 and it's laughing.
No, I got down to 1 cup of coffee a day since I left my job.
Okay.
I never drank more than 1 cup of coffee a day after that. I used to drink like 4, 5, 6, 7 cups a day when I was working, and it was too much.
Ooh.
And it was often because I always had somebody who wanted to make that coffee for me, if that makes sense, because I always had some sort of mother or grandmother figure at work, which was like either older lady or just like, you know, a girl, and they always kind of like looked at my desk and like, do you want some coffee? I'm like, yeah, sure. And make it. And then it always turned into a habit. When they saw me with an empty cup of coffee, they just went and made one. Whenever I go to like toilet, I come back and I see a full cup of coffee.
I feel like coffee is the legal version of liquor for some people. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the concept of coffee. I don't drink coffee, and I'm like the weirdest person in the world for everybody, but I don't drink coffee.
But yeah, no, I have been just having 1 cup of coffee a day for last year now.
All right. I know they're different. I understand the groundings and all that stuff, but it's just like, dude, I don't get it. I just don't see the point of it, personally speaking. I'm sorry.
I like how it tastes. It's very simple as that.
I'm not gonna say what my first thought was. I'm just gonna leave it alone and moving on to the chat. So coffee for me, says Devin Nash. You guys still can't don't. What the hell, Ren? What are you talking about?
You still guys can't deny that the future Cyberpunk or like Fifth Element or Player Ready 1 are avoidable, because sadly it's not. I don't think it's a matter of avoiding it. I think it's a matter of making it as balanced and as reasonable as possible. Obviously the future is going to look vastly different. Things that we think are impossible today or will never happen will happen and stuff like that, but I think it's important that we preserve as much of ourselves as we can, and that, you know, we don't lose kind of some our values or our touch with the nature and things like that completely. I understand that, you know, kids that are growing up today are not going to be looking at the things the same way as I do, and definitely I'm not looking at things the same way as my parents are. Like, you know, for my parents, smartphone is like magic, and they don't understand 90% what they can do. For us, we're kind of on cue for most part, you know, but it's impossible to deny that kids who are 10 or 12 know way more about, you know, many technical things, for instance, and what's going to happen with them and what are the, I don't know, latest and bestest phones and things like that than people who are 30 right now. You know what I mean? Because they have had their entire lives. That has been something that was in their lives since they were born. For us, it was something that progressed naturally in front of our eyes when we were kids, you know. When I was small, like, mobile phones barely existed in kind of like common society, and it was something extremely posh, and you could kind of see in kind of movies that rich guys have. And then when I was teenager, then it kind of became the norm to have like a shitty phone, but it was already such a major thing that you could text somebody and the world was changing. And we saw, for instance, the phones change within our lifetimes so much. But the kids that were born today have lived with, you know, will be living with Twitter, with Instagram, with TikTok, with all of that stuff their entire lives, and they're gonna look at those things completely differently. And if you notice, the difference is that all of our parents are typically 50 times more skilled when it comes to anything reasonable, manual, laborious, like I don't know, but be that cooking or be that mending broken, you know, clothes. They know how to sew. Like my mom and stuff like that knows how to knit, for example, and they know much more about gardening. They know much more about like actual real world stuff. We know much more about online internet and things like that, and like some morning trends. Yeah, changing a tire, all of those things, you know, our parents know a lot more. And it's important that people understand that we're not better, you know, than our parents because we understand, I don't know, how TikTok works. You know, it's just, as humans, we have limited amount of kind of attention and time that we can give to things and learn things. And, you know, none of us can have infinite amount of knowledge. And that knowledge is shifting to this virtual space really hard and really drastically compared to the physical world that we actually live in. So yeah, obviously the world's gonna be different.
I don't know what you want me to say to respond to that. I'm just, that was so much. I'm just like, all right, cool.
I don't know. You don't have to say anything. You can just either agree or disagree, or
I'm gonna hunch my shoulders and be like, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off, dude. Let you finish up.
All right, no worry about it.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure talking to you. Oh, you have a nice
wait,
evening.
guys, you know what? Check out the new channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to it, go take a look at this first video. Dude, okay. I will talk to you in the morning, man.
All right, see ya when you wake up.
All right, later.
Okay, let me catch up to the messages. Cold coffee from cold coffee is quite awesome. I do like cold coffee as well. To be honest, Ready Player One looked pretty sick. No, it looked pretty shit. This multi-story trailer facts. Are you kidding me? But if they have no cell phones, how will they Instagram later? Loneliness now has been replaced with joy to brain by virtual reality. Yep, it has. Metaverse. Yeah, Metaverse seems to be something like that. Except, let's face it, Mark Zuckerberg is not gonna be nobody's idea of kind, good old, crazy inventor grandpa. Personally, don't care for the taste of coffee. Don't drink it. Well, it's up to you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. What's up, Henach? How are you doing? Welcome. How are you doing? Ready Player One. Ready Player One. It's quite alright. You know, I enjoyed this movie. Messiah, taking the red pill. No coffee is the way to go. Jesus Christ, I did not know that I'm surrounded by coffee haters. You people disgust me. Why do you hate on coffee? Grew up on TV, had no phone till age 14, 15, Cartoon Network was... Yeah, I grew up on TV largely as well. Guillotine an MCOC character, because Guillotine is a MCOC original character. It was the first character that they made here. But since then, you know, the characters that are made in MCOC technically, you know, get admitted as Marvel characters, and some of them can appear in comics, you know. And there is an entire comic about Marvel Concept Champions that they made. Like comic book series or comic book run or whatever you call it. So yeah. From this point forward, you can see Guillotine in some Marvel comics if the author chooses to use that character. You know what I mean? What is the Baby Driver actor drama? Google Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. The guy really should be in prison. I think he was some sort of pervert. I don't even know the full details of it because I genuinely don't give a shit that much about actors and stuff like that. I think celebrity worship is another thing that is quite stupid, but point is, I have been informed that he's a very bad human being, you know, very awful human, and should have went to jail. Okay, you know, I'm not the one who should put him there though, and you know, I also look at the film as a the comparison that I think I used there, not just about the Baby Driver, was imagine you hire a construction worker to build you a garage, and you know, he does a good job. He builds you a garage, and 5 years later you discover that that construction worker is, you know, the worst criminal you have ever seen in your life, but he didn't go to the prison for one reason or another, and he really should have. The question there is, do you hate your garage now? Do you want to, you know, break it down and rebuild your garage? Do you want to move? Do you want to sell a house? No, the garage has nothing to do with who the construction worker is as a human being. You know, I'm sure, for instance, maybe after that construction worker did your house, maybe you recommended that guy to somebody else that you don't feel too great about, and you're gonna stop doing that. You're just gonna stop recommending the construction worker. You're not necessarily gonna hunt him down and tell him, for instance, not to use that project in, I don't know, his kind of like CV or accomplishments or whatever, and you know, you're not gonna do anything about it. The fact that a horrible human being made a beautiful garage for you does not change the fact that garage is beautiful and that human is a piece of shit. And that is the way I look at those things. Here's how I think. Bad people can do good things, and good people can do bad things. Bad actions can have good consequences, and good actions can have bad consequences. And I tend to view each individual subject matter much more, you know, much more often than, you know, an entire full picture of who that person is and so on and so forth. Watch Psycho Man be beyond God tier next month? Hope so, you know. I wouldn't mind if he is. Psycho Man has quite a lot of potential in his kit, so, you know, I wouldn't mind at all if he's awesome. So the backwards between my parents, they use social media way more than I do. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think it's good for you. I do genuinely believe that it's good to stay away from social media as much as possible. Like, I don't use, aside from like obviously being active on YouTube, I don't use any social media. None of the big ones anyways. And, you know, I do have a Twitter account that I only made because of my YouTube channel. And even that I don't use all that much. I do genuinely think that your mind is much better off, and you are much better off as a human being by limiting or minimizing your exposure to social media. A little frustrated. I was tired an hour ago and I was about to go to sleep. I'm no longer tired. What did you do to yourself? Okay, is Ultron now fixed? Yes, Ultron's now fixed. Ultron's now fixed. Come on, let's clamp down this Luke Cage. Come on, Luke. There we go, one dead Luke. There's some people out there making a case for pushing NFTs on the Metaverse where you can own a fake digital property. Terrifying. Again, that's something that I personally wish to stay away myself, and I hope more people would think the way I do and stay away from it. Especially if you're gonna create something like Metaverse where we effectively live our lives digitally, I definitely wouldn't want it to come from Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. But, you know, even assuming their moral virtue is, you know, awesome, I still don't think it's a good idea. I think, here's the thing, I believe this is a quote from Mark Zuckerberg. What's best for humanity does not necessarily mean best for Facebook, or something like that. And as soon as a human being that's, you know, in a position of great power says something like that, I'm gonna try and stay the fuck away from that person. And I'm gonna be very, very, very cautious. Somebody says that, you know, what's best for my major multi-billion corporation might not be the best for like human race or something like that. You know, it's a time to raise an eyebrow. It's time to raise an eyebrow and think, think how much, you know, I won't be on board with anything that human says from this point forward. This game feel a bit slow today? No, I think it feels alright. I think it feels alright. Hulkbuster bug was fixed for Ultron. Yeah, there you go. And no other bugs have been. Correct. What's up, Mehit? How are you doing, Middle? I'm not on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of it. Good. Good for you. Hey, what's up, Slinger? How are you doing? What's up, Fluffy? Welcome to you too. Yeah, I do have a Facebook account that I haven't used for pretty much anything but Messenger to contact my family. But I'm gonna try and figure out how to disable my Facebook account. Don't want to have it. And well, see you later. Come on, you little turd. What's the topic du jour? We're kind of shooting all over the place. Discuss many things. Right now, we kind of started with, well, Rin kind of directed us into the in the point that the world inevitably is moving to kind of like dystopian future of, let's say, Ready Player One, or what you saw in that, what was the game? You know what I mean. Anyways, the world's changing much more to something, if you know Ready Player One, something that you saw in Ready Player One. And we kind of crossed over to Metaverse and everything that's happening there. What's up, ADH? How are you doing? Okay, we're gonna slap in Colossus there, we're gonna slap in Emma, and now we're gonna... Hey, what's up, Manit? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream too. Cyberpunk, there you go, Cyberpunk. Never played it. But yeah, and my kind of final point on the whole Metaverse and Facebook situation is that I remember Mark Zuckerberg saying something along the lines, and this is not like an exact direct quote, but I remember Mark Zuckerberg basically conveying the point of what's best for human race does not necessarily mean it's best for Facebook, and vice versa. And ever since I heard that, I'm gonna be, you know, I better be careful, you know. That's some scary shit. That is some scary shit, you know. When a person who's in charge of multi-billion corporation and product that billions of people use, when you say something like that, you know, I don't want to be a radical here, but the side of me that wants to err on caution just wants to say, shut it all down immediately and shoot everybody, like, you know, in charge of it. But at the very least, the reasonable version of me is, I don't believe or want to listen to a shit that human being says. You can say something like that, basically. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you, my friend, are fucking terrifying lizard, and stay away from me, please. Keep off social media now? Yeah. I completely agree. I'm off all social media, aside from YouTube, obviously, because this is what I do. But I don't have any of the other active social media accounts or presence. And I do have a Twitter that I use for my channel, but even there, I'm not all that active. Here we go. Thoughts on Vision Arcus? I got him on 6th star. He seems very good. He's quite cool. He's quite good, yes. He's always been one of those characters that I kind of want to rank up, but I have never just pulled the trigger. But he's definitely not a bad champion. There's quite a lot to like about him. Ever since I heard He wants to slap some sweet baby rays on it. Thought he was even more batshit, more of a shit than before. There you go. There you go. I actually quit the game months ago, but I'm still watching the channel. Sometimes I'm thinking of coming back. It's solo competitive mode. It's good. I think a lot of people are with you. A lot of people are looking forward to that solo competitive mode specifically. You're not alone there. I think solo competitive mode and how it goes will also like largely depend my personal direction with the game and how engaged with it I will be and stuff like that. There we go. NFTs will evolve in something useful. NFTs could evolve in something useful, yes. I agree with that. There's always a possibility. I don't have notifications set. I go into YouTube, education, entertainment. The internet is a abyss into brainwashing yourself. Yes, completely agree. And yeah, I have disabled all notifications for every single app as well. I think it's quite important. I have all of the notifications disabled. From this game, from Line app, from anything and everything pretty much. Ever seen that clip? The sweet baby race clip? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I have. The first video was great. I thank you, Manit. Neat. Solo competitive mode is needed for a while of sorts. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We need the content with, you know, high or close to infinite replayability. Because it's obvious that they can't keep us entertained enough, you know. It takes them 2 months or 3 months to design a piece of content that we finish in, if we really want to, we can finish in 3 days, but let's say average human being finishes in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, a month. Even if you play like super casual, and if you have caught up to the content, if you have been playing for a long time, they release a piece of content, work on it for 3 months, like many people, and you know, even fairly casually, you kind of get through it in 1 month. You know, that means that, you know, our capability of playing this game or desire to play this game is greater than their ability to produce content for it. And they need their playability factor. Like AQ, like AW, like Incursions, but something that's new, exciting, fresh, and actually works. And that's why solo competitive mode is that important. It is like Joe Biden whispering creepy. That sounds horrible. To be honest, that sounds quite horrible. Colossus CGR or Claire? For what? That's the most important question. The important questions then are, which one do you like more? First of all. Second of all, for what specific reason? You know, what is the next thing that you want to do in the contest? What are you trying to do? And then you need to judge which champion is gonna help you get wherever you're trying to go. All of them are good champions. All of them can help you. Some of them help. Some of them are better for specific things than others. I like that Howard the Duck basically has screw you domino signature ability. Howard the Duck is excellent domino counter if he's awakened, by the way. One takes too much artistic liberty with this game. I also agree with that. They need to run it more like a business that provides top-notch content wanted by the community. They'd make... Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think, you know, the general comments that we have heard from the art director, or whatever his title is, well, first of all, I found several of them disgusting, where he effectively compares himself to a slave, or aspires not to be, you know, enslaved by the players and community's desires, and wants all of the artistic... I think, dude, you know, it's a business, it's a product, it's a game. It's not about artistry. Only doodles. Nobody, you know. Ironically, I do think that the weakest aspects of this game often are the liberty that they have taken. And there's some of the bigger downsides, like hipster maestro and a lot. So yeah, when I saw those comments, for the first time ever, and I always make clear to say that, you know, when I, for instance, criticize about Mike or whoever, that I just genuinely don't think about Mike is, you know, very good at his job. I think he might be like the nicest person ever, you know, sure, why not? I wish him all the best as a human being, but, you know, in this capacity of me as player of the game and content creator for the game, and him as a community manager for the game, you know, I just don't think he's very good at his job, and I would not mind at all seeing him replaced. No, wish him all the success in every aspect of life. Just don't want anything to do with him professionally, so to speak. And I think when I read those comments, it was the first time I actively had personal dislike towards anybody that creates this game. I think people are over exaggerating. That's actually finesse. Seems a bit. No, he's very cute. Look at him. It looks like a freaking lizard. He legitimately, when you look at his eyes, he looks like he's a hostage in his own body. He looks like either he's, you know, being held at gunpoint 24/7, or that he still hasn't necessarily learned how to control his appendages and his facial expressions. He legitimately looks like a hostage in his own body. Just very, I don't know, artificial and unnatural, and I don't know. Complete Act 6, more specifically 632 next year. Nice. Congratulations to him. He's very socially awkward. He's very socially awkward. Luckily, there is no content, so I can focus on 7.2 and 7.3. Well, that's good for you. Again, I understand that not everybody has played this game for like 6 or 7 years and completed every content. I understand that some people like not having, you know, new content given to them, so they can so they feel that they have had the time to catch up. And you know, that's fine. You know, we all have different kind of perspectives on these things. Like, from my point of view, I want as much of new stuff as I can get. About Mike would be fired in any other company? I also think so. I definitely think so. Some of the things that he has said to players, and some of the interactions that he has had with players, are just utterly unacceptable. Ruin people. Yeah. Again, you know, it's not like I wake up trying to dislike somebody, and for most part, you know, even if I dislike some people, I still don't wish like ill on them and stuff like that. But all I can say is that from everything that I have seen, and not just people talking about him, but I mean more specifically him talking about himself. Yeah, he's not somebody I'd have some sort of affection or appeal towards. Definitely not. I like War Machine, I'm dragging my feet. I quite like War Machine too, and I'm also dragging my feet, taking him strength 3. There are several champions that I'm dragging my feet, but right now I'm dragging my feet on purpose, because I want to have as many catalysts ready for when social competitive mode drops, or at the very least for when we get the final details of nodes and things like that. You know what I mean? Because, well, first of all, you know, it might all be for nothing and that game mode flops and nobody ranks up, nobody, you know, it's not worth ranking up champions for it and actively kind of like pushing it. But I do hope that that game mode works out. And I do hope that it's very fun and awesome. In which case, I will want to rank up champions specifically for it. You know, you can already imagine that, you know, Mysterio could potentially be a very good rank up. You can imagine that Spider-Gwen could be a very good rank up. Maybe Vision Arcus, maybe War Machine, for instance. You know, those are just some. I think Super Skrull could be low-key annoying champion to fight against. I still would probably want to rank up Spider-Ham and Immortal Abomination, Yellow Jacket, Deadpool Hell's Kitchen, perhaps, like all of that stuff. So, you know, I already know like 7-8 champions that I might want to end up ranking, but it all will also depend on the nodes that are there. You know what I mean? For instance, if the nodes completely do not support, I don't know, Mysterio or something like that. I don't want to rank up Mysterio right now, just to see him get shafted out of it by nodes and stuff like that. And I already have quite a lot of champions ranked that would be good for it, you know, because luckily I do have a fairly large account. I know Joe Fixit could be very good for those modes. Mojo, you know, obviously the staple, Dr. Dooms, and so on and so forth. I hope the solo meta is stable. Well, I do hope that. I hope it's stable, and I hope it, but I also hope that it keeps changing. I don't want it to be like stagnant for like a full year or something. Maybe I'll get some mileage out of my rank 3 Domino, correct? You know, there are several champions that I think could be quite interesting. So I just want to get as many catalysts as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep ranking up bare minimum, just to not let my new catalysts that I acquire expire. And that's it. I'm going to be saving all the rank up gems till then that I still have. So I'm going to definitely not be using any of my rank up gems for anything, because I still have 2 generic 6-star 2 to 3 gems, and I still have that Romance gem that I can use for either Vision Age of Ultron or She-Hulk or Spider-Gwen or something. Not unit vacuum. Every time I enter Balgrots go sucks away units. Of course. Well, that's it. That's the 30 energy charge. That's pretty much what you just described. There's no other reason to have 30 energy cost to start a match other than suck away your units. PayPal Moffer. Okay, let's check PayPal. I shall check it. If you ask me so nicely, by using the abbreviation MOF. Why, thank you very much. Man dancing, laughing and crying emoji. See, I even read out your message. And I believe, one second, you is the GBP. Oh. One second. Yeah, so that puts you. Thank you. You're welcome. I think that puts you right next to Chels. I think that was the plan, right? So I'm gonna put both of you up there. Is that correct? Or that should put you at 52. Bedtime? Well, go to bed, my friend. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your rest. Really hope the new solo competitive mode. Yeah, we all do. Okay, so we have one soon to be dead Dr. Doom. Very well. And yeah, the rewards is another very important point where currently I genuinely don't have any idea what we could potentially earn and how the reward system is going to work. 52. Okay, so we're going to put it on 52. So unfortunately, Messiah ruthlessly knocks Chels down. And Messiah takes the W. I think this is the first time, or one of the first times that I remember when Chels gets up there and doesn't finish up there. Is that a message you're trying to send? No, that could be. Oh. Don't let him knock Chels off. Well, but he did. You know. But he did. But yeah, the rewards definitely are going to be interesting, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the structure of it is going to be. Whether there's going to be some sort of like season rewards as well, or it's just going to be purely on individual matches, or there's going to be some sort of milestones from solo objectives. Maybe they bring in like a new solo event where you earn rewards based on how many times you win or how many times you fight in solo competitive mode, stuff like that. Because there are definitely many different ways how they can set the rewards up. You know, it can be seasonal with like minimal rewards for individual matches. It can be based on solo event where you fulfill it based on your either wins or whatever. It can be solo objectives when you need to do specific things in there as well. Or it can be just individual match rewards and nothing else, you know. So there are many different ways how they can go about rewarding you for the solo competitive mode. And ultimately I don't think the delivery method kind of matters as much as, you know, whether they are worthwhile. So where's Emma? I do not know. I look forward to it. Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, it's still going to be quite a while, I believe. You know, we're going to get the access to it for like a month in April. So not March, but April. And then it's probably going to go away for like 2 months. So May and June, and it's likely going to come back in like July or August, you know, as a permanent game mode, most likely. No, it's a long time still to it. Sucks. I had to go into the office. Jason's phone is broken. Turns out it's not the phone. It's a phone line. Interesting. Did your cats eat your phone line? I think it's probably your cats. Most likely, if I had to guess. I guess that cats chew the wire or something. How about that? Trailer? Trailer for what? I don't watch trailer. Oh, did I watch Doctor Strange? I genuinely don't watch trailers. Especially for movies that I know that I'm going to see anyways. I do watch trailers to kind of help me decide whether I want to watch a movie. If the movie is already out. You know, or... yeah, that's actually pretty much kind of like the only reason when I do watch the trailers. So I have not seen Doctor Strange trailer, and I don't want to see Doctor Strange trailer. I want to see the movie. I really want the bug program to get going again. Pretty much everybody does, you know. That was one of the stupidest things they did. Nothing that they worked on required for them to pause buffing champions. You know. They could have done everything that they are doing and still got the buffs out. We should have done it sooner than James. Traffic was crazy. So how close is your office exactly if you manage during the stream you manage to realize that there is a problem with the phone, get to your car, get to your office or whatever, and get back home? How close to your work do you live? How close exactly do you live there, young lady? Perhaps this wasn't the best matchup after all, but hey, it's alright. It is going to be A-okay. Good old Magic. Man, I wish Magic was a 6-star in game. Such a good 6-star to have. Should be such a good 6-star to have. Just a couple of miles? Yeah, I figured. Had to be close. They paused because they're restructuring internally, I believe. Yes, but again, I believe that we have so many champions that could quite literally be significantly improved with 20 minutes of work or an hour worth of work. So if there was one employee who took an overtime of a couple hours a day for a few days or worked the Saturday, they could have pushed out the buffs that month. You know what I mean? Because we do have plenty of champions that just need a tiny bit of love. Just a wee tiny bit. A single person would kind of have volunteered or a manager had wanted for somebody to work Saturday as an overtime, for example. I think, you know, you could gotten those both buffs conceptualized and actualized within a single, you know, weekend. Be that the Psycho Man value update, be that the Super Scroll value update, or even several like of the older champions. Like if you're that short on time, like what you could have done. Champions that are pretty much perfectly fine. Purgatory can be made great with very minor changes. You know, Red Skull is very good kit. Needs just, you know, some bump in damage and some bump in numbers. To add 2 lines about some increase of his attack based on the amount of armor stacks or some shit like that. Good to go, pretty much. I don't think there's much needed to add to Winter Soldier. Just give Winter Soldier the Killmonger's kit in, you know, his base. Add 1 or 2 abilities. Done. So many champions that, you know, would be very easy to kind of make much more playable. And clearly they don't have any qualms about buffing a champion twice if it doesn't work out. Like Doctor Strange, for the sake of it, just set up Doctor Strange how he was pre 12.0 and see whether he's actually popular, you know? Just revert Doctor Strange to pre 12.0. Done. I don't think it would like be very significant impact to the game. Do you? Beast could be so much better if he just got like, you know, some better numbers and like few added abilities. Beast has everything needed in his base kit. It'd be good. It'd be very good. Hulk Ragnarok literally only needs 1 ability, and that is ability to inflict very, very minor passive degeneration upon himself. That's it. Hulk Ragnarok immediately much more playable. If you can manually trigger face me in every fight, or, you know, a significant portion of it, Hulk Ragnarok all of a sudden is decent champion. It really isn't hard to come up with this. You can look at every other champion and, you know, add a couple of lines and make them decent good. No, Hulk Ragnarok right now is obviously only like really good champion if you face passive damage all the time, right? Give him an ability that once you reach 100 crowd excitement, you place a passive degeneration on yourself for like X amount of seconds. That's it. He's a good champion. Or at the very least, he's much better as a champion. Yeah, Red Skull was a huge disappointment. I completely agree. Yeah, that will Hell's Kitchen. Fix the region. And, you know, then you can run him with Liquid Courage double edge, and he immediately becomes much better. It really wasn't hard. I don't think it was about capability, to be honest. I think it was about, I don't know, desire, willingness to go an extra step. Because, again, all of that, what we mentioned, could be, if you knew the game well enough, could be conceptualized. You could pick 2 champions, you know, and probably implement it in like a single couple of people one Saturday at work, and those buffs would be there. So yeah, I don't think I think it was a very, very big mistake when they thought that it's a, you know, decent idea just to pause the buff program. Well, let's clap them down. Look at that, I'm at 17 million. I think 17 million should be quite safe already. When you're setting political channel up. Well, I kind of set up my channel, that second channel already. I started my second channel. It's not necessarily purely political, it's kind of like social and whatever else. It's gonna be what it turns out to be. But it's not strictly gonna be covering politics. It has a bit different idea behind it. How do I get the right spacing with Tiger on Iron Man Infinity War Special 1? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not that great of a Tiger player. We can, I guess, check in a second. I think you probably just need to pop in a light before you start evading before you start phasing the level 1s. So let's try that out. Link. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Oh, look at that. We stole somebody's power. Wonderful. Can you link the channel mods, please? Well, there you go. You got your link. Does Dorian shut down Tiger too? I'm not... No, I don't think the defensive ability accuracy affects phasing, if that's what you mean. I don't think defensive ability accuracy... I'm not actually 100% sure. Okay, so he used 2 lights. Anyway, we don't need search. Where is Iron Man Infinity War? Let's see. Let's see. Whoa. 1 second. I need to do this again. Okay. Let's remind myself that level 1 animation exactly. Here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so one light's not enough. I think if we can try and dash back in after the swing and then go for heavy attack. So let's try that. We can dash back. So after the swing, run in, go for heavy. Let's try that. Oh, come on, really, I messed it. This is messy. Hey, what's up, Marine? Been a while since I saw you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Actually coming in on tail end of the stream, but still, you're always welcome. Okay, so. No, it's not quick enough. I need to be a bit fast. I want to see if you can make dash back out in and then start charging heavy attack. Okay, so no, I can't be quick enough. I don't think that works. Okay, let's go again. Thanks, sub. Thank you, Mr. Noobs. Okay, so we're gonna try. So what is Buddy Lee doing? After the blast, he does double light and then going in. Oh, wait. Didn't pay attention to that. Oh, that probably does not work if I try to repeat that. Oh, 2 lines, so trying only second too late. Let's go again with double lights. Again, that stupid RNG. Within a single combo, he gets up to 4 armor ups, and I don't pay attention. That's just cheeky. I'm an idiot, whatever. Wait, yeah, that's not a good thing to do. That's not a good way to do it. You can phase through that. Like, what I would personally try to do for most fights, is, you know, I'd only try to phase past level 1 if I had at least, sorry, I would try to phase his level 1 shots if I had my own level 1 ready, because that's how I often end up cleaning up my mistakes. If I misuse a heavy attack, then I kind of cancel my heavy midway through and use a special one. I think 2 lights after sword swing. That was like, yeah, Iron Man Infinity War is another champ that just needs tiny little fixes, and he'd be so much more popular. Absolutely agree. I think there is everything in that kit to be an amazing champion. Oh, this is how I would fight him anyways. I'd refocus on my level 1s. If I use Tiger, I would not necessarily... Oh crap, I messed this one up. Should not have done this, but... I don't know. Yeah, I'd basically not punish his level 1 if I didn't have at least 1 bar of power. And if I had at least 1 bar of power, then I would punish his special 1. And if something was going wrong, I would cancel the heavy into a level 1. That would be my strategy anyways. But I'm not that great of a Tiger player. What's your take on Nimrod? He worth rank up unduped? I do think he's worth rank up unduped. I do think he's significantly better when he gets duped, but I think even unduped is well worth a rank up. Yes, that is my take. Nimrod honestly has been one of my most used, most popular, most influential, and most important rank ups in quite a long while. He has helped me a ton. Absolutely love my Nimrod. Okay, here we go. Clapping in. Oh, look at that. Another 30 units. Winning. But okay, that will be it. I actually, you know, kind of got a bit carried away with today's stream. But huge thank you to everybody. Look at that. We have a Messiah Comrade Daddy. And obviously huge thank you to Chels. And huge thank you to Drew and Maverick. And to everybody else. All of you are absolutely amazing. I will have a couple of videos to upload later today. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about